Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Son of Mogaf. It's Wednesday, and that means species. I'm going to continue with my Evolve or Die series, because torturing small animals is fun during a lockdown. I probably shouldn't have said that out loud, but there it is. Let's load our world up. I did do the waiting beforehand. I prepped for a video. Yes, I did. Why does the music kick in every time I'm trying to talk? So, yeah, I did the mandatory wait period. We're up to 3 species. Let's just take a quick look at them. Oh, took 2 while I wasn't looking. We've got this. He looks so sad. What is this growing here? Is this hands? It's got an eye on the back of its neck. It's got eyes just where its lips should be. I think it has hands growing out of its chin. He looks so sad. Oh, this guy's developed hoof slut. The other guy doesn't have them. He just has stumps for legs. You remember this used to be somewhat human? If you look back through my videos, you can kind of see the micro-humans that we started off with. These are nothing like that, are they? Oh, that guy evolved a new colour while I wasn't looking, apparently. Huh. Still looks hideous. Okay, so let's dump the temperature down. We're at minus 20! Jesus Christ. So it's going to go to about 24, I think? Oh, exactly 24. Go me with the guessings. I'll speed things up and let's watch things die. Because that's how it works. You see the snow is slowly creeping into the mainland. The majority of the population is focused in this area. I'm assuming it's warmer here than it is in other areas. No, that's like minus 12, minus 15, minus 11, 10, minus 12, 11. It's pretty bloody cold, but over here, look, minus 22, minus 34. Holy crap. Damn, that actually caught me off guard. I really wasn't expecting it to be like minus 30s. Where was that? It was over here somewhere, wasn't it? It was cold. Damn bloody cold. We're down to our last few hundred individuals, and I didn't save it. That's alright. They should recover their population. We're down to just one guy, and it's our main guy. Philobis tricerentis. Oh, he's lost his gigantic... Oh, his gigantic eyes haven't been lost. They're just on the back of his head now. I don't know why he's so green all of a sudden. I don't know what that's about. There are not many of these guys left, but the population is recovering. I guess now that the other species have died off, they've got less competition for food, so they're, yeah. They've got more food for themselves, and there seems to be quite a lot of food still about. I don't know if this is food, but I've just realised this is all ice, is it not? Like, there's a bit of ocean there, but all this is ice. Is that actual... Ah, look, there's someone under here, look. Look at them swim, hang on. That's so weird. Look at them swim. Go, you... Oh, that one died. They always die when I look at them as well. I think they're trying to tell me something. This is all icelet. All of it. It's all ice. All ice. All the time. My God. Let's grab a specimen and see how we're doing here. Completely herbivorous now. Oily... hot-blooded, still aerobic breathers, which is interesting. pathetic health, minimal energy, decent walk, reasonable stamina, decent swim speed, low swim stamina. Still dangerous at their attacking. I'm not sure how this thing is dangerous when it attacks. It's got very little in the way of natural weaponry. It's not like it's, you know, this world's version of Wolverine or something. It looks harmless, although it does have horns, I guess. It could maybe give you a goring? Don't know. We've got gluttonous, narcoleptic, it's brave, and oh, the ignores temperature trait is back. That's interesting, because it had lost that in the previous video, and now it's back. Doesn't surprise me that much, it kind of needs it to live. It needs a lot of things to live, doesn't it? We're on generation 151.4, because I let it go up from generation 1, I think it was on like 130. So it's roughly 25 generations. So I'm going to do that again. I shall push the speed up, and I shall wait for this to get to 175-ish, and I'll bring you guys back to see if they lived. And by the numbers, I would say they're going to live until the next temperature decrease. I'm going to write myself a little note and put it right in front of my dumb, stupid face to remind myself to save it before I put the temperature down, because we're reaching that point where the environment can't sustain any life. And at that point, this is going to go extinct no matter how well adapted it is. So, yeah, I'll quit rambling. I've been yakking in your ears for like 8 minutes already. So I'll do the time skip and I'll bring you guys back momentarily. Okay, so welcome back to everybody. Here we are with our guide. There's been some interesting things happening. I mentioned in the last video that this game is surprisingly interesting. Just keeping your eye on this information up here can get surprisingly interesting. It's just a bunch of numbers. It should be boring as all hell. But as you can see, there's been a lot of adaptation going on. There's been tons of new species that have been coming and going and coming back, and lots of, you know, mutation and extinction and that kind of thing. This population number, we were at, what, less than 200 before? And it has exploded. This went right up to 1,800. It was at generation, I think, like 167, something like that. Where this, I thought it was going to hit the creature cap. I thought, we're not going to reach generation 175. It's going to hit the creature cap. But then there was like this mass extinction. It went right back down to 500. And now it's up over 1,000 again and going down and up. So it's been quite a ride, believe it or not. Let me do the savings. I already saved the world, so I actually don't need to. I don't know what I was thinking there. Let's have a look to see what creatures we've got. You can see, look at all this, all these like species and subspecies, and I don't know if this game is programmed for ring species, but that would be amazing. That would be like utterly awesome. We've got a lot going on here, look. What have we got over here? We've got 2 dominant species. Got this guy. Again, like, I'm always surprised at how bent over backwards a species can get. Like, this must be so painful just to walk around on. I feel like if you give this guy a wheelchair, he'd just rest his head on it and then pull it along with his legs on the floor. It's a weird way of describing. Everything is weird and freaky. Look at this thing. Remember when I said they're bent over backwards a lot? This one's bent over backwards so much that its body is growing out of its mouth. I also think it just went extinct. Yes, it did. So here's our guy. He's still undergoing some somewhat bizarre changes. He's still got these little knobs here. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this right here, which look like hands. He also has an eye on the back of his head, an eye on its chin, and a bunch of eyes on its lips. its legs are becoming less and less prominent. I think it's got like hooves dug in there somewhere. It's kind of hard to tell. We've got this guy, who's an offshoot of the other one with its body growing out of its damn mouth. But there's only 2 of these. I expect they're going to go extinct pretty soon. What is going on with this one? This one's trying to be a letter. Like a Z or a Z, depending on where you're from. Like, is this a tail? Is that what that is? I hope that's a tail. I hope it's not the other thing that you're thinking. You dirty-minded people, you. We've got a lot of species. We've got a decent population. Let's kill them. Yeah, also, I noticed that a lot of the fauna is gone. A lot of the plant systems have died off. Like, there's still some here. And there's still some here. This is stuff underwater. Do we still have those guys underwater? We do. Huh. They're surviving quite well down here, aren't they? There's quite a lot of them just wiring around. I guess they have to eat the food in the water because there isn't much left on land. I'll have to keep my eye on those guys. Let's speed it up. That autosave gets me every time. It always freaks me out. It's like a bloody horror movie jump scare to me for some reason. So we're going from -24. I'm just looking at this quick. I'm going to wait until this goes away, just so they've got a large population. See what I mean? Look, they mutate, and then they extinct, and then they mutate, and then they go extinct, and then, like, it's quite interesting. Again, we've had a bit of a population explosion. Let's go ahead and reduce it. We're at -28 degrees. Just a shave under 100 and... Not 100, minus. Just a shave under -30 degrees Celsius, which is like fatally cold. It's so unbelievably cold at the moment. The population is plummeting. We've still got a lot of species, though. The amount of species is actually going up. Because they're still breeding, they're still producing offspring which are, you know, with mutations and variations and adaptations which are helping them survive. And so we're actually getting more species instead of less, but this is rough. This is we're up to 10 species now. What the actual hell, game? You know, it's look, they're dying off, but then they come back, and then they die off a bit, and then they come back, and then they die off, and after like 10, 15 generations, this population actually climbs quite rapidly. It's so weird and interesting. Look at all this. Look at all this stuff going on. We got... Oh, God. What's going on with these legs? What's this weird leg shape? I don't know what's up with that. Hey, dude. You're all looking bizarre as ever. Here's our guy. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. His eyes moved and I leapt out of my chair almost. If I'd been stood up, I would have fallen over. It's so weird when it does that. Just changes, like, drastically while I'm looking at it. Oh my God. These eyes are absolutely terrifying. Why would you have eyes down there? All you can see is the floor below you. Oh God. Put them up here so you can see where you're going. Even if you had them here on your stomach, it'd be weird, but... Or there, on your nose. Or what I assume could be a nose. And then you can see where you're going. Like, why are they there? How does this help you live? I guess with such a small amount of food available in the world, minutely examining the ground from like a height of 2 millimeters might be helpful. You find one crumb of food in the snow. I was going to say grass, but there isn't any. I mean, look at this place. It's like 90% snow. Although, I mean, there's some food here. At minus 14 over here. Minus 21, minus 28, minus 32, minus 37. Damn. Yeah, it's definitely warmer up on this hill, which is why this is where the population is. Like, this area here is probably the only place they can survive on land. Although, we've got a population of water dwellers here, haven't we? I'm going to have a quick look at them before I do the next time skip. That's a great rotation for that. Thank you, game. Herbivores, oily furred. Lungs, their optimal temperature is 22 degrees and we're at like minus 20 odd degrees. How are they still alive? How? They reproduce asexually. I guess that's not unusual. They're brave, narcoleptic, gluttonous. They've lost. These ones don't have the ignores temperature trait, and I think our guy also doesn't have it again. They like adapt to the environment, so they ignore the temperature, but they also seem to lose it and then get it back. This guy has it. I'm interested in that. It's, I don't know, weird and strange, but God, there's been so much death. But the population is recovering. Let me just find the guy that we've been... Again, why that rotation? Is it something to do with how it's rotated here? Like, if I spin it round here, and then... It is. Right, okay, now I know how to fix that issue. Oh, this is the guy that we've been following. I keep saying this wrong as well, I noticed during the skip. It's Philobis tricertus, and I keep saying tricerentus for some reason. There's no N there. Tricertus. Philobis tricertus. Right, I need to keep that in my head because I'll say it wrong constantly from that point onwards. Oh, these eyes do me in. They're actually a strain on my brain. I rhymed. My God, son of Mogeth, what are you saying? Right, I'm going to do another time skip. It's only like 10 generations. I've been waffling on for so long. But I'll wait until this is up to 200. I'll bring you guys back and we'll kill these guys off and see how that works out for us. Or them, or both. Alright, here we are. This is, I accidentally clicked off as soon as I tried to come back, so that was my bad. We're at generation 200-ish. Close enough for me, right? We're at a population of, what is that, just under 500? Just over 400, depending on how you like to describe that. We're down to one species, which means I should probably save it. Let me just grab a guy. Wait a minute. Jesus, look at all this. I'm not sure where we were on this. Like when I last had you guys here with me, but holy freaking hell, that's a lot of stuff going on. So here's our dude. I'm gonna export this guy. It used to be called Robertus. Oh, that's why I've been saying Tricerentus. That, which is also wrong because it's got that in there. But I guess I'm just gonna save it here under, you know, evolve or die temperature creature because of the reasons. This is the combination of quite a lot of hours of work, actually. Let's go ahead and freeze these guys up. I kind of want to wait until the population goes up, like now. So we're going from 28 to 32. That's another big jump. Can they survive is the thing. But look at them all migrating, look. I think it's where they're like highly resistant to temperature, they're not frightened to migrate into new areas. Oh god. This is rough. I was kind of scared when it did this before, but it recovered so well as a species. I'm waiting for this little green arrow blippy thing to come up to show that they're going to live. Are you guys going to live? Or are you going to die? All you got to do is reach a breeding cycle. Like that? Is it going to be enough, though? Oh, dear. Oh. With the lack of food, they're not getting enough energy to reproduce. It's a case of, I think these guys are on their way. I was just saying these guys are on their way out and they just started breeding again. I want to check the guys that were in the water down here. Are they still in there? Where were they? They were down here somewhere, weren't they? Oh, I think they've all died out. Let me have a look. I accidentally selected 12 trees. I can't believe these guys have lived so long. Minus 32.8 degrees. I think it's the kind of temperature where humans would be dead in like less than a minute or something. Don't take my word for that, but like it just seems stupid. Stupid cold. You take the average daily temperature and you put a negative sign in front of it and watch everyone freeze to death, you know? Yeah, I think this is the only place where they can even survive. Everything that was water is now ice. There's snow essentially on every piece of ground, or I should say they're up on this platform, but I also mixed the two sentences. There is a nice sort of little warm bit here, look. You notice where it looks kind of dry? It's at minus 15-ish. What's this up here? Minus 22. Oh my god, this was the warm bit, wasn't it? Like this area? Not so much anymore. What about this really cold bit over here? Minus 44 degrees. Ouch. Like, at what point does your blood freeze? I don't know if that's a thing that actually happens. I don't think your blood can freeze while it's pumping. I think if your blood was going to freeze, you'd have to be dead first. But I'm kind of shocked that they're not. We're down to our last 50 or so population, but they breed just enough to keep it to 0. And I've just realised we've got 7 species here. I think they're adapting in a pathetic attempt to actually not die. Let me see what we've got. We've got... Alright. I can't tell which way round this... Oh, there's his mouth, right. I couldn't tell which way round that one went. There's his mouth, there's his eyes. In the... Like, they're so big. They're like... They're just overtaking the body at this point. Wait, is that our guy? Well, if you noticed his name, wait. Look at this, look. Philopus Icefietus. That's an interesting name, Icefietus, because this species is been subjected to both. You know, when we put the temperature up, I imported those creatures to here and then put it down. I wonder if this is a reflection of that, like the game recognises... I don't know. I honestly don't know. That kind of surprised me, to be honest. Alright. Got this guy and this guy. No, I'm trying to rotate this guy, thank you. Again, the eyes are massive. He's got 2 massive eyes and 2 little eyes. This guy's almost cute. I mean, it's a hideous beast and it deserves to die, but it's the closest anything has been to cute for quite a while. I think it's the big round eyes that do it, isn't it? Oh, this guy's actually got spindly little legs, look, instead of, no, short, fat, stumpy legs. probably not going to live very long. There's only 17 of those. This guy looks shocked. He's like, where am I? What am I doing? How do I live in this environment? He's got little, get that, little, like, eyes on stalks. On his, oh god, it keeps changing, damn it. We got three of these guys. This thing's just like, screw it. I don't want to be a person or like, I'm just going to be a slug. I'm going to change myself into a slug. This is a slug man with 2 eyes. He's like, I can imagine these two like subspecies, because they're evolved from this tree here. Look, like arguing, like, no, 1 eye's better. No, 2, 1, 2. No, I can see better with 1 eye. How can you see better with 1 eye? By definition, 2 eyes is better. You're wrong. No, I'm not. Prove it. I don't know where that came from. I just went off into like a little discussion with myself. This guy is hilarious. How does he not fall over backwards? Okay. I'm shocked they're not all dead. I am absolutely, like, dumbfounded that they're not utterly dead. There's also a tree that's grown here. Just one lone tree all on its own. Let's go find our guy. Oh, did our guy die? What was his name? Philibus Tricertus. Huh. Philibix Tricertus. Did it evolve? Did it speciate? Or did it go extinct and get taken over by another species? Also, I've just noticed this is getting a bit harsh on them, isn't it? Like, Christ. So I'm going to have to find a new thing to follow. I'm just going to pick the one with the lowest generation here. Let's have a look. 209? 209, 13, 10, 13, 9, 9. So what happened to this one's head? I told you, didn't I? He's trying to become a slug. Philibus Tricertus. Oh, that's another different one. It's getting its head back and it's developed eyes, but it's lost all other body parts. I guess I'm just going to leave these guys. I'll let them get up to generation 225. And I'll do a time skip and I'll bring you guys back and we'll... I think the next decrease in temperature is going to result in the extinction of all life on this world, but I've been surprised before, so I'll see you guys soon. Right, here we are. We're down to 1 species. I've saved these. I've exported, I should say, using the button here. These guys, and I've also saved the world. I haven't saved the world. I've destroyed the world, but I've created a save of this world. Is what I should have said, because I'm a person that understands how words work. I'm son of Mogath, I do words good. So, the only thing... Let's have a look at him. They're at generation 125. They're still herbivores, they're still oily fed, they're still hot-blooded, which is interesting. Their optimal temperature has gone down a bit. They're ignoring temperature again. That they're aggressive, narcoleptic, gluttonous, asexual, my goodness. The only thing to do now is to get that final temperature reduction in and watch them die. Let me just wait until they finish their breeding season. There we go. We're down to minus 37. This is where the environment can't sustain life anymore. I'm sure these are just going to go extinct right now. Down to 50, 30, 20, 10. They're not... 10, 5, 2, 1, death. And there we go. There's our mass extinction. Finally. Finally, they all died at a temperature of minus 37.2. The warmest area, I think, is still like here, and that's at like minus 14. It's unsurvivably cold. So that'll be this episode of Species. Let me just quit to the menu. There we go. Yeah, that's this episode of Species in my Evolve or Die series. I can't remember if this is part 3 or 4. I think 4. I don't know. I forget. Because it's me. So next week, I'm going to import these creatures into a warm environment with plenty of food. I'm going to try and separate the land and the water roughly 50-50. It's a bit odd. Oh, wait. If I... Oh, that's actually not a bad one. If I, say, pick the Oasis type... and I do a randomize, I can get something like this. And then let's have a look. Can I raise the water here? Oh God. Oh, I guess not. That's something I'll have to... right, I'll do something like this where it's roughly 50-50 between... Don't forget these borders don't count because they can't go in them, so if you include all this stuff and all this stuff, it's roughly the same. And I'll make it nice and verdant for them. I'll bump it right up to something like this. There's loads of food for them. I'll set this nice and high, and next time I'll just slowly reduce the fertility of the land so there's like ever decreasing amounts of food available. My suspicion is that it'll encourage carnivorous creatures to develop, and they'll eat each other, which will be interesting. I don't know if that's a thing that will happen or if they'll just die. It's part of this series. We're discovering, what happens in this game when you force certain creatures to live in certain environments. So it'll be interesting to find that all out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget, you can like and subscribe if you didn't do that already. I'm getting quite a lot of views on certain videos recently, but not a lot of subs and things like that. I would really love it if you guys who haven't subscribed yet did that. That'd be fantastic. And of those of you that have subscribed and do like my videos, you can share that stuff on social media. I'm bad at social media, but if you guys want to put my stuff out there, that would be amazing. And I give my heartfelt thanks to all those people that support me despite my complete bizarre content and whatnot. So this has been Species, Artificial Life, Real Evolution. I've been Son of Mogeth and will continue to be. I will probably see you tomorrow. I want to do more Resident Evil 3, the remake of Resident Evil 3. So I'll probably be doing that tomorrow, despite the fact I normally take Thursdays off. I've got a new thing to do, so I'm gonna play that and show you guys how bad I am at it. So with all that being said, thank you to everyone, and I will probably see you tomorrow.